It's not something you usually see here in Dane County. We'll have the details on this rare bear sighting.
Hungry kids just can't learn at the same level that a student who's not struggling with that can.
Plus, a new proposal aims to offer free school meals to children all around Wisconsin.
So I don't know what else she's asking for. I answered her question.
And details on a contentious Dane County board meeting regarding the future of Representative Sheila Stubbs. You're watching News 3 now at 5. And that contentious Dane County Board Committee meeting has left in doubt whether Sheila Stubbs will take over as the county's Human Services Director. She was nominated to lead the county's largest agency, but as political reporter Will Keneally explains, that nomination may be in jeopardy. Will?
Well, Eric, that's right. This is not the place where many of us expected to be a few days ago. Stubbs, who once chaired the county committee that you'll see here, had her nomination unanimously rejected last night. And that meeting was oftentimes heated.
I've gone through that process with executive precinct has been appointed, and the county board don't have the authority to hire. You have the authority to confirm.
Many would have thought her appointment to the county's largest agency would have been a slam dunk for a veteran of local government. But Sheila Stubbs, who by day is a representative in the state assembly, has had her appointment questioned over many issues. It was initially unclear whether she would keep her assembly seat while taking on the county position.
In your own words, it was your newsletter that came out of your office. It stated that you were excited about the role, but while continuing to serve in the state assembly. That was yesterday.
I had an intern in my office, made that mistake. My chief of staff did not catch the mistake, but it was a mistake.
But there's also concerns from the board over some of the rhetoric around her confirmation. Some of her supporters were concerned that the board was slow rolling her hearings. And that got a little tense for some supervisors.
But I'm asking in regards to your supporters calling racial slurs to myself and other members of the Black Caucus. Like, what's your response to that?
I don't know anything about any supporters. Like I've said before,
it just
I'm
happened tonight.
Responsible for myself. Then I think you should talk to those individuals.
This was the first vote of Stubbs' confirmation, and the committee unanimously rejected her. They don't get the final say, though. Another committee gets the chance to weigh in on Monday, but the full board is the vote to watch. County Executive Joe Parisi stood by his nominee in a statement today, saying that the board, quote, chose to weaponize the careful balance Representative Stubbs tried to walk to protect interests broader than those of county government, adding that the board should do better. So for counting up those votes, if that second committee unanimously rejects her appointment, Stubbs would only have 2 votes to lose in the full board, and it's likely that she would not be approved.
Will, thank you. Some cooler weather heading our way. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on the weather patio enjoying today, and he has the details. Gary?
Yeah, you got to enjoy the weather when you can, and we do have some rain on the way. As we look at visible cloud track, lots of sunshine today, but those clouds are slowly moving in from the west, and they're going to be with us for tonight. Now, the rain so far has stayed in northwestern Wisconsin and southeastern Minnesota, even a couple of thunderstorms out there. The first batch of showers kind of dwindling as it pushes eastward because the air is a little bit drier here. But as we take a look at high-resolution radar, the showers are still west of La Crosse. 6-hour future track radar starts bringing those into western Wisconsin around midnight or so. Current temperatures, pretty mild. Here in Madison, we're in the middle 60s, but there are a few places out to the west that are in the 70s, including Prairie du Chien, Boscobel, Lone Rock, and even the Baraboo Dells Airport. Here in Dane County, most areas are in the upper 60s, 69 right now in Cross Plains, 68 degrees in Sun Prairie, and 69 degrees in McFarland. Otherwise, look for skies to start clouding up this evening. Temperatures dropping into the lower 50s. The better chances for showers probably coming in after midnight. I'll tell you how much rain we can expect and whether or not there's going to be any snow mixed in a little bit later on.
All right, Gary, thank you. Well, it is rare to see a bear walking the streets of Dane County, but that's exactly what one Mount Horeb resident caught on camera. Tahlil Modine joins us now with those details. Tahlil?
Eric, this is the ring video taken just after 10 p.m. last night on North 8th Street in Mount Horeb. The young black bear seen here wandering by is likely looking for something to eat. State DNR officials say even though most of Wisconsin's roughly 25,000 black bears stick to the more forested habitats in the northern and central parts of the state, some are deviating from the group. That's especially true for younger bears coming out of hibernation, looking for their own territory and, more importantly, food.
You know, they don't have Google Maps. They don't necessarily know where they're going. So sometimes as they're following their nose, you know, one will wander through a backyard or wander through town. And typically it's no cause for alarm.
Experts say the bear's unexpected presence isn't usually cause for concern, but there are things you can do to keep them off your property. They recommend keeping your trash secure and clear, not leaving pet food out, and keeping bird feeders out of reach or taking them down entirely. And for the most part, officials say it's best to let bears continue on their way unbothered. In the unlikely event they were to get aggressive and try to get into homes, police would coordinate with the DNR to have them relocated.
They do love those bird feeders. Tahlil, thank you. Governor Evers was in Crawford County today touring the site of a train derailment along the Mississippi River. At least 10 cars carrying a variety of items, including paint and lithium-ion batteries, fell off the tracks. 4 railway employees had some minor injuries, but they're expected to be okay. Crews are still investigating what caused that derailment.
There's some things that need to be done. We'll work with our federal partners to do that. But the most important thing, things are safe now. People have been taken care of, and we're going to have this cleaned up in a couple of days.
That derailment comes almost 3 months after a Norfolk Southern train derailed in East Palestine, Ohio. Officials there decided to release and burn toxic vinyl chloride from 5 tanker cars to prevent a catastrophic explosion. And in Minnesota, hundreds of people had to evacuate in Raymond after a BNSF train hauling ethanol and corn syrup derailed and caught fire. Senator Tammy Baldwin was in Beloit today, highlighting her support for small and minority-owned businesses. The funding for the Rock County's Jump Start program comes from the Baldwin-supported American Rescue Plan Act through the Diverse Business Assistant Grant Program. Jump Start is using the $1 million investment to provide local entrepreneurs of color with the necessary training, tools, and resources needed to start and sustain a successful business.
Having the chance to be with other entrepreneurs who have done this themselves and maybe a couple steps further down the road than somebody who's just starting. Those sort of resources are so important to success in entrepreneurship.
Senator Baldwin said organizations like Jump Start are essential for the economy of Rock County. The senator also visited the Beloit Police Department and participated in a ride-along to learn about the challenges the department faces. Now to Texas, where law enforcement have captured 1 of 3 escaped Mississippi inmates. Police say the fugitive was spotted at a gas station in Houston.
Really grateful for the community and for the media on this one. That this was a big arrest, and we're very thankful for your viewers and for the tip that came in that led to his arrest.
3 others escaped from a detention center in Mississippi earlier this week, but law enforcement say one of the inmates was killed in a shootout with police. Investigators don't believe the men have any ties to the Houston area and may have just been passing through. Meanwhile, a surviving roommate in the University of Idaho murders will speak to attorneys for suspect Brian Koberger. In a court filing, an attorney for Bethany Funke agreed to an interview with defense attorneys in Reno, Nevada, instead of appearing at a preliminary hearing in Idaho. The suspect is charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder in the fatal stabbings of 4 Idaho students and could face the death penalty. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for late June. New at 5, California, now the first state in the country to pass emission standards for in-use locomotives. The new standards apply to all switch, passenger, industrial, and freight line haul trains. Any locomotive older than 23 years old will not be allowed to operate beginning in the year 2030. Train operators also have to save funds for technology development, require a 30-minute idling limit, and have specific air district reporting for all activity. The board says this could reduce emissions by nearly 22 million metric tons of greenhouse gases. In New York, officials are asking FEMA to step in to stop the busing of migrants. Mayor Eric Adams wants to see the Federal Emergency Management Agency stop allocating money to cities that are using that funding to rent buses and send migrants to New York City. It comes as the Biden administration braces for an influx of migrants when COVID-era border restrictions expire next month. A Homeland Security official says cities only qualify for reimbursement of busing migrants if it's done in coordination with the receiving cities. FEMA has not gotten a comment yet on Adams' request. More than 20 Russian missile strikes pounded Ukraine overnight, killing at least 23 people. It was the first major attack from Russia now in more than a month. The missile attack hit an apartment building in Uman, Ukraine, nowhere near the front lines of the now 14-month-long war. A number of young children are among the dead. Kyiv also came under attack for the first time in weeks, with officials saying air defenses shot down 11 missiles and 2 drones. Equipment and ammunition contributed by Western allies could help Ukraine as it prepares to launch a counteroffensive to retake 4 Russian-occupied territories in the east. Today, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a decree that gives residents there a path to Russian citizenship. Those who choose to keep their Ukrainian citizenship and are deemed a threat could be deported. The attacks come just days after the presidents of Ukraine and China held a phone call. Gary has our weekend forecast. That's next at 5. Plus, many Wisconsin families are now struggling with food insecurity. But a new proposal is hoping to change that. We'll have the details after the break. Tonight at 6, how Madison officials are preparing for the annual Mifflin Street Block Party. That's set for tomorrow. And the markets close the week in positive terrain. The Dow with a strong Friday, up an even 272 points. The NASDAQ adds 84. S&P gains 34. We'll be right back.
Furniture and Appliance Mart is hosting a massive appliance blowout. Dishwashers start at $11 a month. Refrigerators start at $12 a month. And washer and dryer pairs start at $18 a month. Plus 72 months special financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
It's easier to manage my chemo side effects since the Grace Supportive Care came to see me. They're taking the time to listen and talk about options for feeling better.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhafels. Beauty Rest mattresses are assembled in Wisconsin, and right now queens start at just $4.99. Or upgrade to the luxury and comfort of a Beauty Rest Black and get $200 in Steinhafels cash. Beauty Rest Black Queen mattresses start at just $49 per month when you use Steinhafels' special 72-month financing. Shop in-store or online today at steinhafels.com.
Leisure Concepts has your new hot tub in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Steel and composite construction and the perimeter insulation is so quiet. We'll deliver everything you need to easily keep your hot tub crystal clear, including knowledge. That neck-deep hot water massage feels amazing every day of the year. You'll never get tired of it. Get to Leisure Concepts and see almost 70 hot tubs that are ready for immediate delivery to your backyard.
Could I get the Galley Buster burger? Onions, caramelized, but actually, could I get those raw? Olive. You want the best burger of your life? Gotta be Superior.
Ashley is hosting a massive inventory blowout sale. Get guaranteed lowest prices on furniture and mattresses and save even more on clearance items. Plus, low monthly payments with no money down and free delivery in 3 days or less. Only at Ashley.
Mount Horeb had a surprise visitor last night. We have tips on how you can stay safe if you see a bear.
Then free breakfast and lunch for all students. How the proposed state budget could bring relief to families facing food insecurity. That's tonight at 6.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team gets results.
We're taking action for you.
Nearly 700 cases closed, more than $500,000 recovered, and we're not finished yet. When you need help, call for action only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The end of the school year is just around the corner, and for many families struggling with food insecurity, it wasn't an easy one. For the first time since the pandemic, not all Wisconsin kids got free meals at school this year, but a new proposal would change that. Braden Ross joins us to explain. Braden?
That's right. The end of pandemic era free school meals left many families in a tough spot. But under a new proposal by Governor Evers in his budget, every kid would get school meals for free for good.
Hungry kids just can't learn at the same level that a student who's not struggling with that can.
During the pandemic, every kid, no matter their financial status, got breakfast and lunch at school for free.
It means those families didn't have to worry not only about the financial stressors, but also just, let's be honest, it's hard getting out the door.
But those benefits ended this school year, leaving many families struggling to keep their kids full.
We had hoped that since the pandemic started to kind of slow down a little bit, we had hoped that the need might slow down, but we really haven't seen that all that much.
Food banks like Second Harvest say more people are asking for help since the end of pandemic era programs.
We're hearing that from our agencies too, our partners. You know, some had 30, 40, 50. We even had one group, it was in a rural area, 190% increase in the number of people that they were supporting.
In the past year, 9 states have passed temporary or permanent universal free school meal programs. Now, a proposal in Governor Evers' budget hopes to add Wisconsin to that list.
We know where the kids are. The kids are in school. So if we could provide the meals in school, which we already do, but provide them for entirely no cost, this is how we can really make a change. And I just think it's sort of a no-brainer, but also what a great opportunity to make a difference in these kids' lives.
But as Republicans get close to unveiling their own plan, the future of free school meals is uncertain.
I have a lot of hope that our legislature will take up a budget that really puts kids first.
Now, the legislature is expected to officially start work on the budget next Tuesday. Republican leaders have not said if they will include universal free school meals as a part of their plan.
Braden, thank you. About 1/5 of pregnant women struggle with a mental health condition either during their pregnancy or in the year after giving birth. That's according to the World Health Organization. And many of them never seek any treatment. Often people who suffer from a mental health condition during and after pregnancy don't know they're experiencing symptoms, don't realize the symptoms are treatable, or are simply too ashamed to ask for help.
If you have these symptoms and you are depressed or anxious, you're left to think, I am not meant to be a mother. I shouldn't tell anyone. And that is why people don't reach out.
Now, there are many ways to get help with your mental health during and after pregnancy by simply talking to your doctor. Any parent who doesn't feel like themselves, whether you have a mental health diagnosis or not, can call or text Postpartum Support International. The number is 1-800-944-4773. Let's take a look at your first warned forecast now. Here is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, you probably need an umbrella this weekend or maybe even Monday of next week. And we have a way of getting you a first warned weather umbrella. We're having a picture contest. Submit your weather pictures to firstwarn@WISC-TV.com, or you can go on our First Warn weather app and send it right in from there. And we'll select a picture in the morning and also at 6 p.m. in the evening every day through the month of May, starting on Monday. And whoever's picture gets selected will win one of these nice First Warn umbrellas with a little hook at the bottom too, so that you can actually use your phone while you're holding the umbrella. They don't need any more rain out near the Mississippi River. Fortunately, the rain looks like it'll be generally pretty light, but you can see the Mississippi River now cresting in southwestern Wisconsin and eastern Iowa, but still well above flood stage. That'll be the case at least for a few more days. Still have flood warnings in effect pretty much for most of the Mississippi River across the upper Midwest. Right now, some showers, even a couple of isolated thunderstorms over parts of eastern Iowa, but the first batch of showers is kind of weakening because the air is a little bit drier across southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. But we're looking for additional rainfall off and on through tomorrow, Sunday, and into Monday. And some of that it could even be mixed with a few flakes of snow. But the rainfall over southern Wisconsin is still looking at about 1/4 to 1/2 inch through probably late Monday night, early Tuesday morning. The heavier precipitation still favoring the northern part of the Midwest. But again, like I mentioned yesterday, that rain eventually will work its way into the Wisconsin River, the St. Croix, and the Mississippi River, and could cause additional river rises as we head into the latter parts of next week. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. It'll be cool through next Tuesday. Look for those showers this weekend and Monday, but also the possibility for a mix of rain and snow late at night into the early morning hours, and temperatures will be in the upper 30s, but should be warm enough for nothing to really stick to the ground. And then we'll see mild weather with near normal temperatures coming back for the middle part of next week into probably the start of the following week. Right now, we're still on the warm side of this system. Temperatures mainly in the 60s and low 70s away from Lake Michigan, cooler near the lake. But notice where the clouds and showers are. This is the kind of weather that'll be moving in for tomorrow, and unfortunately, will be with us for at least a couple of days. Planning your night across Dane County, low 46 in Mount Vernon, 44 in Middleton with showers developing overnight. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 44 for the low in Janesville, 44 in Prairie du Chien, and also 44 in La Crosse. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, cooler. It'll also be breezy with a high of 53 and some scattered showers. Taking a look at future track again, that first batch of showers kind of diminishing as it pushes into southern Wisconsin. But notice as we get into the overnight hours, early tomorrow morning, a band of showers. Then maybe a break during the day, but those northwesterly winds keeping temperatures down. It looks like we'll see some more showers off and on into tomorrow night. And then as we get into early Sunday morning, notice the flakes of snow mixing in, but with temperatures in the upper 30s to around 40, that should be warm enough to keep any snow from accumulating. Rainfall amounts probably 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and that'll be mainly for tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. First warned 7 to 10 day forecast. Chilly through Monday. It'll also be windy too, but we're back up into the mid-50s on Tuesday and then back into the 60s. So just a slight chance for a shower Thursday and Friday of next week. So a prolonged period of mainly dry and pleasant weather. As we check out first warn traffic right now, here's a view of the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Traffic heavy, but moving steadily in both directions. The flex lanes doing their thing. Just a slowdown on the eastbound Beltline between Stoughton Road and I-3990 as the flex lane comes to an end there. So that adds a couple of minutes to the eastbound trip on the Beltline, but westbound 15 minutes between the interstate and University Avenue. Heading out of Madison, 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. 16 minutes from Middle to Sauk City on US 12 and downtown to Sun Prairie, East Washington Avenue and US 151. Takes you 17 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. And happening today, many countries around the world are celebrating Arbor Day. It's an annual observance promoting tree planting and care. It has been celebrated in Wisconsin on the last Friday of April since 1883. And today, the Verona Parks Department celebrated with a tree planting event of its own at the public library.
Seeing young learners make a connection between the books that we have, maybe about trees or Earth Day, which we've been helping people find in the last month, and come out and experience that in person is important for us.
Now, back in 1872, Nebraska held the first American Arbor Day, planting an estimated 1 million trees in that state. Americans lost $54 million to extortion scams last year. What to do if you get such a call? That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's time to march into deer season. Get your John Deere 1025R with a 120R loader for just $195 per month. Get a John Deere now and power up at Sloan's. Think Sloan's first.
It's time to celebrate and save during Blaine's Farm and Fleet of Baraboo's grand reopening event going on now. Join us for 3 days of giveaways, prize drawings, daily expert demos, and more. Plus, shop huge store-wide savings like large jugs of Air laundry detergent, just $7.99. 50-pound bags of Blaine's brand black oil sunflower seed, $24.99 while supplies last. And assorted dog and cat toys are buy one, get one free. Don't miss Blaine's Farm and Fleet of Baraboo's grand reopening event going on now.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Okay, I think we're all aware that most cell companies only give you the lowest price when you sign up for multiple lines.
What? Multiple lines?
Hello? Yeah, one sec. But US Cellular gives you just one line for $29.99 with unlimited data.
Just one line with unlimited data.
So you don't have to get more lines than you need.
No, you hang up.
Are you even listening, guy who never looks up from his phone?
Oh, not for me, I just say it.
Okay, so no, you're not listening.
Get one line for $29.99, plus we'll give you an extra $200. US Cellular, built for us.
This is Sydney. She's on hour 3 of a meeting about office refrigerator etiquette. With my dream sectional, she could take that call outside and bask in the sun on comfy cushions. And it doesn't just feel like a dream, it fits like one too, thanks to a clever modular design. With nature-defying features like weather-resistant wicker, rust-proof frames, and UV-resistant fabric in gray and navy. Plus fun add-ons that give your outdoor space indoor comfort and quality. Take a break from boring meetings this spring break at Bob's.
It's time to march into deer season. Get your John Deere Gator utility vehicle with 0% for 36 months and no money down. Get a John Deere Gator now and
power up at Sloan's.
Think Sloan's First.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A new federal bill would create new social media restrictions for young children. The bipartisan legislation would set the national minimum age for social media use to 13 and require parental consent for users under 18. It would also ban tech platforms from using teens' personal information to target them with content or advertising. Lawmakers say the legislation is in line with guidance from the U.S. Surgeon General, but others have doubts.
This bill doesn't actually put any responsibility onto the tech companies. Instead, it's putting more responsibility onto parents and young people to kind of self-police. We have an opportunity right now to rethink the way that these platforms work for young people, and we should take it.
Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal, working on a separate bill to address the problem, says he has concerns about this current legislation. Tech accountability advocates agree is focused on the wrong issue. Americans lost more than $54 million to extortion scams last year, according to the FBI. And one of those scams has victims believing their loved ones have been kidnapped. Danya Backus has the details.
A few weeks ago, Terry Ray Elmer was at home when the phone rang.
I hear this just screeching, high-pitched screaming. Mommy, 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 you have to help me. I'm so scared. I don't know what to do. And it sounded like my older daughter. And then this man comes on the phone. He said, you're going to give me $5,000 or I'm going to hold the phone up and you can listen while I start cutting your daughter's fingers off one by one.
The caller said he was nearby, and that's when Elmer realized it was a scam because she knew her daughter was in another state at the time.
And that's when I finally hung up on him. And I immediately called both daughters.
And they were okay?
They were fine.
Elmer didn't lose any money, but that's not often the case. Last year, Rio Brown told us how scam artists use spoofing technology to make it look like the call was coming from her mom's phone.
And he said, we're going to kill your parents if you don't listen.
The caller ordered her to send 3 transactions through a payment app. Later, she figured out it was a scam.
Is this usually a situation where this is random or targeted?
It's both. Sometimes it's random, sometimes it's targeted.
Michael Peasley is the FBI's unit chief for the International Violent Crime Unit.
The first thing we tell people is before you do anything, hang up the phone and try to contact your loved one.
He says if that's not possible, start asking the caller questions.
Give us some of the questions that people can ask to be able to confirm.
Sure. You could use something simple as, what was our first dog's name? Or what's my middle name?
A simple step that can keep you from becoming a victim. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And we're back with a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Furniture and Appliance Mart is hosting a massive appliance blowout. Dishwashers start at $11 a month. Refrigerators start at $12 a month. And washer and dryer pairs start at $18 a month. Plus 72 months special financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point. And you'll be back to your old self again. Yeah! Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Create your dream bathroom with Sterling tubs and showers that fit your style and budget. Like the Sterling Ensemble Tub and Shower. Its durable high-gloss finish provides lasting beauty. Get one for $639.99 after 11% off. Finish the renovation with new flooring. This stylish Palmero waterproof vinyl plank flooring is durable and easy to maintain. On sale for just 99 cents per square foot after 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Do you trust your insurance agent? Do you trust your insurance company? Well, you'd better. Because all they've really sold you is a promise. A promise to be there when things go bad. A promise to take care of you. To step up and put everything back the way it was. So, if you don't trust your insurance company, maybe it's time to find one you do trust. West Bend. The worst brings out our best.
Spring into action and save on stressless seating at the Century House. Now get $400 off all classic power recliners, signature-based recliners and ottomans, and cross-base recliners and ottomans. And get $400 off most sofas and love seats. Imagine how much you can save building your dream sectional. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
When you get Spectrum One, you get fast, reliable internet for $49.99. Then, surprise, you find out you're also getting free advanced Wi-Fi with Security Shield. Another surprise, you're also getting a free line of unlimited mobile with 5G. Surprise, it's me. With Spectrum One, you're gonna be very surprised by all the free stuff you get. Or you would be if I hadn't already just told you. Still, when you get in there, could you act surprised? A little something for the people in the store. Spectrum One. Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile. All for just $49.99. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point. And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Ashley is hosting a massive inventory blowout sale. Get guaranteed lowest prices on furniture and mattresses and save even more on clearance items. Plus, low monthly payments with no money down and free delivery in 3 days or less. Only at Ashley.
On this Friday night, the cost of going green. Wind power is being used to combat climate change, but the process has waste of its own. How some companies are finding innovative ways to recycle, reuse, and reduce old parts. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Clouds are starting to come in. There's the live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville, but the showers are on the other side of the Mississippi River, so it'll take a little while to reach southwestern Wisconsin. 6-hour future track radar shows them over toward La Crosse and eventually heading over toward Prairie du Chien by just before midnight.
All right, CBS Evening News is next. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.